Hi. Oh, my hands are gone. I have lost my hands. Hey, Jaleb. Man, you are always very fast. Let me get the chat all the way up so I can be sure to see everyone. Oh, it is far away. Where are you? Where are you? Here we go. Aizu. Rewrites. Chim. German. Hello. That one cowboy. Manny. Shadow. Meat. Izza. Roblox. Hello. Noah. I'm so fast. You are so fast, Jaleb. You are so fast. I'm on vacation right now. I'm going to be home tomorrow. Nice, Icy. Nice. Grampus, hello. How is it going? Finally, 25 months. You have officially passed the 2-year mark. Oh, shoot. I just realized I forgot to check if I could add more badges. Because I remember you guys were talking about it, and I asked, like, what would it look like? One of you suggested a galaxy background, and I think that's a great idea. But I forgot to check about the badges. But oh boy. Let's see here. My YouTube username used to be Color. Okay. Okie dokie. Kerm suggested it. Right. I need to be sure to look at it. Hello, Nathy. Lol. Hello. Let's see here. I was watching Keen Semlot. Nice. Yippee! The legend is now back. For now. Shadow VR. Hi, I'm Sub. Hi, Shadow. Thank you for the donation. Let me quickly cheer that. There we go. I really love it that we can interact with the donations. I can heart it. I and other people can cheer it. Well, can I do thumbs up? Yeah, I can do a thumbs up too. People can respond to it. I think that is so cool. That was one of the best things that YouTube has added for interactions in the live chat and stuff like that. Well, I've been a member for 31 months. That is crazy, Leafy. That is crazy. You were one of the longest. Yo, 1.5 years. Yes, Rupert. That's so long. That is so long. All right. How are y'all doing the member thing? That's member milestones. You want to go to like the $ icon, and you should be able to see a membership milestone. Those are something that you get to do for free once a month to get your kind of like your message out there and stuff like that. But yeah. Hey Ruth, can you join my game so I can officially say Ruth joined, please? No, I can't do that this stream. As you can see from Nightbot, as you can see from the very top, I'm just sticking with boxes. It is story time and boxes. Time to get you to Twitch. Not near future. Not near future, Blade. I met a 5-year-old in Rec Room. No surprise. Not at all. Let's see here. Did I actually remember to do the thing? Okay, yeah. I think I did remember to do the thing. Okay, sweet. Cool. Something tells me I'm missing something. What am I missing? Drone show? Yes! I've got pictures for you guys. Not just pictures. I've also got a video for you guys. I am excited. And I'm going to disappear for now. Bye-bye. Bye, Vivid. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you. But let's see here. Ruth, do you do firework on the 4th of July? That is a tradition, for sure. For the past year, we have not done it. Like this year, we couldn't really find a show that was near us. But we did travel a bit to go to a drone show that I'm going to show you guys in a bit. But one thing's for sure. Driving in the dark, you see like fireworks all around you. It was beautiful. Even in a city that technically fireworks were banned. Fireworks, there was this one city that our hotel was in. At the fire department, there is a banner that says, Fireworks are illegal in the city. After we watch the drone show, we get back to that city. We go to our hotel. Guess what happens? Across the street, somebody does a firework. In a city that's technically illegal to do fireworks. I mean, people want to celebrate their freedom. So they're going to shoot those fireworks no matter what. Laundry alarm. Oh, the jingle you mean. That's one way to call this. Laundry alarm. Huh. Okay. Also, why is there a mic? Because weeks ago when I saved this room, the mic was right there. So every time I spawn into the room, the mic is there. Yeah. We celebrate their freedom for no reason. What? Let's see here. What city were you in? I'm going to share that in a little second. The mic is haunted. I used it for a video, and then I saved the room, and so it's just always there. It is always there. Yeah. You got scared because you got stuck in a roller coaster on the 4th of July. So, has anyone ever had the thought of when you're sitting in a roller coaster, you think to yourself, this is a great way that an amusement park or just a person can hold people hostage? Has anyone else thought that? Where you're like, all they have to do is not let you out. And you're just stuck. Yeah. So, for years, whenever going to an amusement park, I love roller coasters. I love rides. But I always think about if you get stuck here, this would be a terrible place to get stuck. For years, I would think that. But, you guys will soon see in my story of what it feels like to be stuck. So, you proclaimed your independence from us, indeed. All right. So with that, now that we're 7 minutes into the stream, it is time for me to share my 4th of July week story. More reasons why I pass on the rides. More excuses, you mean, Blade. More excuses. Anyways, so before I left, I told you guys I'll be gone from the state, and you guys would ask, well, where are you going? And I said, I will not tell you until I come back. Well, I am back, and now I shall tell. I went to Colorado, specifically Colorado Springs and Denver, Colorado. So, yeah, it was pretty exciting. It was hot. The first day we were in Colorado, it was hot there. Even the wind was hot. Latte, OFC, welcome to Ruthless. Oh, what in the world? Thank you for becoming a member. That means you get to get access to things for sure and to the members chat. Thank you for becoming a Ruthless member. I'll be sure to add you at the end of the shout out for the next stream. So, back to the story. Well, actually, let me go ahead and share the first picture I've got for you guys. So, this is the park that me and my family spent a good 3 hours at while my mom worked on something. And it was a fun park and all of that, but here's the thing. Not only was it hot, oh come on, I'm out of boxes already. It was, the wind itself was hot, so we had no relief from the heat for about 3 hours. So, yay. But, hold on, let me turn around this way. The picture down here, this is the view I had from the hotel. And it's just beautiful. Literally, half of the city was on one whole side of the city, there was just a range of mountains. It was beautiful. It was so beautiful. And a couple of the mountains, you can kind of see there's snow on it. But what you see there, that's not snow. That's just bare mountain. And the dark parts are the trees. and stuff like that. But what was pretty cool also was seeing shadow of clouds going over the mountains. That's pretty cool. Took me 2 months off because it canceled twice. Oh, and you would have been at 30. Oh, Kerm, so close. But you'll get there. You'll get there. Remember color check VRs. That's me. Okay. Okay, I can try to remember. I can try to remember. But anyways, so we went to Colorado for 3 reasons. I'm about to show you reason number 1. I want to hear from the chat if any of you recognize these people. I went to watch a live show on July 2nd. Here's a random picture of the stage, but then there's a guy. Do you know who that is? Who is that guy? Of course, there's a logo right on his shirt. But let's see here. Jumbotron, yes. I took a picture of the screens up there because I was like, oh, Jumbotron. If it lowers, I should be scared. But yes, I got to watch Dude Perfect live. It was great. It was great. We also got to see partial of a Rage Monster live as well. We got to see them do competitions live. That's the bottom picture right there, where they were harnessed to bungee cords and they had to like bounce and like catch a ball and then throw it in a hoop and stuff like that. So you know how it was like 3 guys? They also had an intern traveling with them that participated in the competitions and stuff like that. So, yeah. DP isn't Dude Perfect. That's literally Deadpool. No. Not in this case. Not in this case. Though, so you know how, like, Dude Perfect is, like, all about sports, trick shots, overtime, and stuff like that. There was a lot more little girls in the audience than I expected. Like, the arena was about 90% just full. Jet-packed. Full. And there's just a lot more girls than I expected. And yes, the screaming was loud from the kids. The screaming was for sure loud. Alright, here's another character from Dude Perfect. Let's see who spots it first. Well, actually, there's 2 characters. 2 characters that we also got to see live. Alright, who's gonna call them out first? Little girls watch Dude Perfect? Yeah, apparently a good portion of them too. A lot. It's Panda! Yes, there's Panda. Both the Dragon Warrior. Yeah. Is that Panda Cat? Just Panda. It's Panda. There was one point where, like, in between competitions or just games or whatever, they did a panda dance-off where they encouraged the crowd to dance, and then the cameras were, like, pointing at whoever's dancing and stuff like that. And Panda would also do dancing. Panda literally did break dancing, like literally rolling on his shoulders with his feet in the air, break dancing. So that was entertaining. I did not know that Panda had that skill and stuff like that. I went to a concert, Dude Perfect, 4 years ago. Oh, wow. Hopefully you had a great time. Also, this picture right here. This is only like one of the pictures I took. I should have showed you the other picture because then you can see the face well. But who's this other character here that's also known in Dude Perfect? More specifically, Dude Perfect Overtime. Let's see if you guys can get his name. And while you guys are working on that, is that the Wheel of Dread? The Wheel Unfortunate. Technically, the Wheel of Dread was heavily influenced by the Wheel Unfortunate and stuff like that. Blippi? No. Ty? Who's Ty acting that? Okay, here's the funny thing about how they, like, showed the character. So they had the whole arena dark. They turned off all the lights, and then they would have like a couple of lights, or like one light flashing randomly in different areas of the crowd. And at first people were like, what's happening? And then every time it would flash at a crowd, every time people got flashed by the light, they would cheer like, ah! Like they got spotlighted and stuff like that. So like that was cool for them and stuff like that. But then we discovered why they did that. It was a distraction. It was a distraction for the crowd to follow the light. Because when the lights turned on, the cameras then spotlight also focused on one row in the crowd. And then in pops up Ned. Yes, Scorpion. Ned. Some dude called Ned. Yes. I'm trying to remember, what was the last name they technically gave it? Flanders? I thought it was Forster. Or something like that. I don't remember the last name that they gave Ned. I'm trying to remember. But he was in the crowd. He jumped up, started doing his dance thing and stuff like that. The crowd goes wild. Not only does the crowd go wild, they're like, oh my goodness, Ned was hiding in the crowd. There was this dad who sat directly behind him. His face lit up when he realized what was happening and who was right in front of him. His face just lit up. He started bursting out laughing. And he's like pointing at Ty, who's dressed up as Ned. And he's like, no way. That was just great. If not just the surprise Ned was there, it was the dad. For me, it was seeing the dad's expression of the kids, the dad of kids that was with him and stuff like that. But that was just great. Ned Forster. Thank you. Not Flanders. No. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. Are you gonna leave again? Next week, yes, but there's a chance I can bring my PC with me. Anyways, so that was great. It was fun watching also specifically overtime. All the overtime features. So, the first thing they did for overtime was cool, not cool. The crowd got to vote. So you, of course, use your phone, scan the QR code on the screen, and you got to vote cool or not cool. For the first cool, not cool, it was pretty balanced. It was 52, 48. It was pretty even. Then Tyler did one that people thought was so cool that it was it was 98 cool, 2% not cool that the crowd voted. And then, was it Cody? The tall guy did a horrible thing. And then 98%, 97 to 98% said it was not cool. And 2-3% said it was cool. It was just crazy seeing how dramatic the crowd was. And then, of course, the last one, it was almost very even again. It was very cool that the crowd got to participate in voting in cool, not cool. Now, the wheel of unfortunate. No dude did that. 2 kids who had backstage passes did it. The girl, she spun on bug roulette. In a bowl was a collection of bugs, dead bugs. She had to eat a bug. She looked like she was only 6 years old. 6, 7 years old. And she had to eat a bug. Now, what she picked out the smallest thing she could see. And Ned was like, oh, that's just a leg. That's just a leg of a grasshopper or something like that. But you could see she was uncomfortable. She was nervous, but she did very well of not really hesitating. And she took in the bug. And after she kind of did a couple of chews, then when Ned then shifted his attention to the boy, you could see she was picking at her tongue. She's like, whatever's in my mouth, I don't like it, and I want it out. Now, for the boy, I don't remember what was the thing he originally spinned, but Ned offered him to do something else. He's like, would you like to instead lick my guinea pig? I think it was a guinea pig, was it? Don't remember. But, so like, and the kid was like, that sounds better, yeah. I'll lick an animal. And so, like, before he was, like, going to dig into the little glass cage thing to pull out the guinea pig underneath a bunch of stuffing that it was hiding in, Ned was like, oh, I need to take off my thing. You know how in overtime he does the dramatic drop the, oh my goodness, drop his big cloak jacket dramatically and with music? He didn't do that during overtime. He didn't do that. And like when he was trying to get out the guinea pig and then he realized the sleeves were kind of huge getting in the way, he just like let it just like naturally fall off of him. And then some moms in the crowd yelled, and especially there was this mom behind me. She was like, woo! And then Ned was like, oh, please, ladies. Please, ladies. So that was funny. But yes, the boy did take a good lick of the guinea pig. Yay. Like, I don't know. Hopefully that guinea pig was nice and healthy. Hopefully. What else? Oh, top 10. So, you know how sometimes in the top 10 you don't agree with Tyler? Well, let's just say there was a few times that the crowd was booing him. It was crazy. Like, the crowd was booing him of what he was putting in the top 10 and stuff like that. But for number 1, he went behind the stage to pull out, like, a secret one. And he slapped it on number 1. As soon as we saw it, me, my 2 sisters that was with me, and the entire crowd started screaming in excitement and in agreement. Like, that was so cool. Like, we were all in agreement, like, oh my goodness, yes, that is absolutely number 1. Congratulations, we all agree with you. And stuff like that. That was cool. Now, something else that happened, or the number 2 reason why we went to Colorado. We went to Colorado also to drink some pop at my hotel. No. I just took a picture of that because it was cool. I was like, oh, free pop at a hotel. Sweet, I'll take that. Anyways, so I'm guessing none of y'all know what Adventuresome Odyssey is. I'm guessing none of you know what it is, but I'll just, like, quickly, you called it pop. Yes, it's not soda in my family, it's pop. Anyways, so I'm guessing none of y'all know what Adventuresome Odyssey is, but this shake, or this ice cream right here, is based off of one of their some of their episodes in the show, because it's a radio drama. It's called the Wad Fam Chalk Sod. In their like welcome center stuff like that, they actually created and sold the Wad Fam Chalk Sod from the show. That's what this is. And so like that was pretty cool. Odyssey, like Super Mario Odyssey? No. This is Adventuresome Odyssey from Focus on the Family. Now, here's another thing that I wanted to show you guys about this. Let me go ahead and close this. There you go. So, going to the Welcome Center is free. You can sign up to record a mini episode for free. All you have to do is just like, if there's an open space for you in the recording studio and stuff like that. So I got to record a mini episode, and as you can see from the name right in front, I acted as Casey. So that was pretty cool. Something that they said was, we will, like, if you need to re-say a line, go ahead. We can edit out any mistakes, but if there's some cute scenes, we'll like keep it in and stuff like that. So I acted as Casey, a sister acted as Jamie, Rose acted as a sound effect and stuff like that. Like all that was very cool. But then when we listened to the mini episode, when I heard it, I literally started yelling at my family, and I said, as an editor, I am offended. It's just like, are you kidding me? They did not edit out my mistake. There was this clip that I had to just like, I said part of it, and then I had to re-say it because I wasn't doing it very well. They kept that in. I was like, no, that was just terrible. That was just terrible. Anyways, so one of the reasons why my family did this is not just to do it as an opportunity, but my family actually did this about, 16 years ago. When I was like 5 years old, 5, 6, maybe 7, somewhere around there. I was like, 7. Let's say I was 7 years old when me, Party Lisa, Mithrandir, and our older sister, we did this back when there was only like 5 kids in my family. So yeah, and so we still have that CD. In fact, we listened to it as we were driving back to the hotel. Like that was very cool. And so that's one of the reasons why we did this, is because it's another, once again, like a time capsule to listen back to, like, oh, that's what I sounded like then. And that's the age, because there's a scene where Chris says, like, all right, who is acting as Casey? And then I say, I am. Chris will say, what's your name? And I say, Ruth. And how old are you, Ruth? When Chris said that, I was like, what? I have to say my name? And I was like, 22? And Chris said, oh, that's a great age for this part. I'm like, what? Because I was acting a part like I was a 10-year-old. Or just something like that. Okay. So, yeah. So that was great. Anyways, it was fun. I'm actually considering to ask my dad, because they gave us this as a CD. They had an option to give us the audio in email or CD. For some reason, they didn't give us an option to do both. So I'm going to ask Dad if it's possible if he would record that and send it to me. And then I do a little editing on it so you guys don't hear any of our real names. But I'm thinking if I can send this audio to my members, I think that'd be pretty cool. It's only like a 5-7 minute mini episode. Pretty short, but I think it would be neat to send it to the members so you guys can kind of, hear about it. Just like our little adventure on our vacation and stuff like that. I'd listen to it. Here's the thing. When we were listening to it, me and my sister was like, that does not sound like Ruth. I think I know why. It's because of the microphone. There's something about the microphone that makes my voice sound different. Like a little higher maybe, and very clear. Like you know my voice because of this mic. But when you listen to me with this microphone, I will not sound the same. It was very interesting. What was also fun is when my brother-in-law, Sao Kirito, got to play Casey in another round. That was fun to listen to. Anyways, let's move on to later that night. Your poor headset. Yeah. All right. So, y'all, Americans, Canadians, because I think Canada also had a Canadian Day or something like that. Did you guys watch fireworks or drones or both for your 4th of July? Let me know. What did you guys watch for your 4th of July? All right, there we go. Yeah, by the looks, the mic is enough semi-old and pretty professional. Oh, Ace, that studio is the same as when I was a kid. So that's like a 20-year-old studio. But the mic, if that's the same mic, it's a pretty good old mic, for sure. I watched my dog YouTube. In England, we just had Inset Day at school, so nothing special. What is 4th of July? It is Independence Day for Americans. Fireworks. Nice. Okay, well, my family went to go watch a drone show, and I have it right here for y'all. So I didn't record the whole thing, but it's just impressive. Like I guess you could say like the animations of it and stuff like that, because that means, and every time you see something move, that means the drones themselves are shifting around and stuff like that. And it was just incredible. Like this ram, it was huge at scale. It was bigger in person than what it looks like from the camera and stuff like that. As beautiful and as amazing drone shows are, there's like no sound to it though. So that was pretty sad. Okay, this one right here. Watch this. This was my family's favorite. They put glasses on a ram. That was just so fun. And the head was moving. That was just so incredible. And look at this. They're moving around like it's an animation. That was so cool. So we are so happy that we got to watch this. But as we're watching it and stuff like that, I couldn't help but feel like something is missing. Something that just doesn't give you the 4th of July feel was happening. I was like, something very big important is missing, and what is it? And it was sound. No sound was coming. Because when fireworks happen, the big boom, the sparkling sound, and just like all of the sounds happening, it demands your attention. It like commands your attention, and you're giving your full attention to it. And like when you watch fireworks, a good, let's say 90% of the crowd will be silent, just listening and watching the fireworks and just be in awe and stuff like that. With drones, you also are in awe, but there's no sound. There's nothing that says, besides its looks, there's nothing says, I demand you to watch me and stuff like that. There's just something about the presence of a fireworks boom. Not just the sound, but it's just, there's something about the presence of it. So I think it would be cool to have on my bucket list that I want to watch between a mixture of a drone and a fireworks show. Because then it's a mixture of between two beauties and the sound. Party Lisa told me when I was telling her this about like at a show they watched, they kind of had music playing, so that helped. Like that does help, but I have not experienced that yet to have an opinion yet. So yeah. This is a message for the stream. It is very important for you to focus on this. Thank you for listening. I don't understand putting in the vowels. I do not understand that. Okay. Watch the fireworks show and for the animations, I know, Ruth. Yeah. Anyways, so I did not get to watch a full fireworks show, but what was cool was after the drone show, as we were driving an hour back to the hotel, we're constantly seeing fireworks happening all around us. Literally dozens of locations at a time. So we still kind of got our fireworks show. Here's the thing, though. The fireworks were so everywhere and even close. We were going across a bridge that was going over a highway, and a firework went off 1 foot from the bridge, from under the bridge. someone was next to the highway shooting off a firework. It was just everywhere, I tell you. And especially, like I said at the beginning of this stream, even the city that we were in, Colorado Springs, Colorado, in the city, the fire department had a banner that says, "Fireworks are illegal." When we arrived, what's happening? But fireworks are being set off all around in the city. In the city. And like I said, when we were getting out of our vehicle, across the street from our hotel, somebody shoots off a firework. I mean, saying that it's illegal and maybe having fines will not stop people from doing fireworks and stuff like that. So that was just crazy. Quite the experience, for sure. For sure. Let's see here. Fireworks sometimes cool. There's a lots during my festival yesterday. It was very cool over the night sky. Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure. What was it? Of course, there is dangers if you are not careful with it, and I'm about to share you a story right now. One of the things that could make fireworks dangerous if you are not cautious. Like if you've seen around the internet, you've probably seen someone destroyed their hand from a firework and stuff like that. But about 4 years ago, we were at a friend's house, and the friend said, "Hey, our family who lives just a few blocks away, it lives out in the country, wants to shoot off some fireworks and stuff like that. Would you like to come and watch?" We're like, okay. So we came to watch. We're in their backyard. We're laying down. And my dad kind of whispers to Mom and me, and he said, "They're not doing their fireworks safely." He says, "I don't know them to say something. I don't want to come off as rude, but they need a board. They need a flat surface to put their fireworks down. They need to anchor down those big fireworks. They're just setting the fireworks straight on the grass." Well, my dad now wishes that he said something, because this is what happened. When you have a firework just setting, sure, it's on a tube, and the tube has a little stand and stuff like that, but when you just set it on the grass and have it shoot off, it makes a big boom, right? And it has to, launch pretty well and stuff like that, which means it can rock and fall over. And that's exactly what happened. A firework fell down, shot across the yard, and exploded right next to the children. Not just children are just over there. The children were all piled up on the big trampoline because they're like, oh, such a cool place to lay down and stuff like that, right? Well, it shot off and exploded right next to all the kids, and they were like, whoa, they were startled and whoa, that was pretty close and stuff like that. They were kind of shaken off. They kind of made some sounds whoa, and stuff like that. 10 seconds later, a firework shot underneath the trampoline and exploded. The children are now screaming. They're all jumping off the trampoline, and each kid is running to their parent. Literally, there's about 4 different families represented there, and you see the children scatter to the different parents and stuff like that, and they are scared and screaming this time. And my dad was like, I should have said something, because my dad has done fireworks shows for our church for several years. He, because it was kind of like an official event, stuff like that, our state, for a long while, fireworks were extremely restricted, that it was illegal to sell fireworks in our state. You would have to go to a different state to buy fireworks, and then you had to get permission to do fireworks shows. My state was pretty restricted back in the day, and my dad would follow those rules. He would go to a different state, buy the fireworks, and then ask the fire department to be present when he did the show for our church. Out when we were at one of the members of the church's yard across the pond, right? We were out in the country. So there was a pond separating the people setting off fireworks and the actual people watching it. So we took many precautions and stuff like that. Not only did he have the fire department there, a pond separating the crowd and the firework starters, but my dad had boards that would harness down the firework tubes. So they were pretty solid down below, so there was no chance of them falling over. So my dad has had a lot of experience with fireworks. But then when recent years came about 4 years ago, when it became legal to sell fireworks in my state, that's when it became like a lot more people started launching fireworks from their homes and stuff like that. And apparently this dad didn't really have the precautions of doing it. So my dad did for sure wish that he went up to him and was like, hey, I have a board in the back of my vehicle. How about we put the board on the grass, put the fireworks so it's on a level, steady board instead of just on the grass and stuff like that. So, yeah. So with fireworks, make sure you take precautions. You have people that know what they're doing. You have water. I think water's pretty important, just in case of anything. And make sure that you have a good grip over, like you have the fireworks solid down. You don't want them to fall over and try to explode people. And you know those small handheld fireworks too? This reminds me of another story, just real quick, one more, and then I'm going to move on to the roller coaster. I have just one more thing to say. When I was a kid, when Party Lisa was a teenager, we were out in a different state visiting church members that lived out in the country, and we were celebrating 4th of July. We had sparklers, there was some fireworks. There's apparently this one firework that you can just like hold the tube up and it'll go off. So like it's a little firework, little, right? Party Lisa was doing that. She held up the tube. I don't know what she did wrong. She probably did nothing wrong. It went out, it popped, and then she squealed and like backed up. A spark came down on her shirt and burnt a hole in her shirt right where her belly button was. So, yeah. Kind of be careful. Be careful with fireworks, everyone. Be careful. Okay, well, with that, the third reason that my family traveled over to Colorado was in Denver, Colorado. There was an amusement park. And at the amusement park are roller coasters. I love roller coasters. Please tell me there are other people here that also really love roller coasters. I'm not just saying rides like swings, like, ee. I'm saying roller coasters that will put you upside down, go fast, probably stop super fast too, and just like fast roller coasters, upside down, speed, make you have that funny feeling, just great. I love roller coasters. I know you don't like roller coasters, Finkelfin. Finkelfin refused to take nearly 95% of the rides. Finkelfin literally did nothing there. Not even the rides. I absolutely love roller coasters. Awesome. Thank you. Okay, I love them. Awesome. Thank you. Okay, good. Even Nathan loves them. I'm not the only one that just loves roller coasters. So, me, Dad, and a couple of other siblings were on the Ferris wheel. That was the very first ride I went on. We went on the Ferris wheel, and we took this opportunity to, like, scout, right? Scout out the amusement park. All right, like, what rides should we go on next? And I was like, okay, there's a green ride, there's a red ride, there's a yellow ride. I want to ride on the green ride and the red ride for sure. And he's like, all right, my dad doesn't like rides very much. He has to take some stuff for motion sickness and stuff like that. But, afterwards, we dropped up my sisters, picked up Finkelfin, and was like, all right, let's go on a ride. Let's go on the green ride. This green ride, I've never climbed so many stairs to get up there before. And would you look at that, Rec Room just crashed. Great. All right, well, that's not going to stop me from telling the story. So, the green ride. Let's see if it'll pop up. Okay, there you go. It was like 2 to 3 stories high. We climbed exactly, because I counted, 98 steps to go up to the landing, the first landing, to get on the roller coaster. Because it was 98 steps, I guess you could say the crowd was not exactly going there. It was like, oh, we're the next people. Sweet, let's get on there. Where the arrow is pointing, that's where me and Dad sat. Those people are not me and Dad, but that is where me and Dad sat on the roller coaster. We're in the second car. Okay, there we go. Finkelfin was the other car behind us, not the row behind us, the car behind us. You counted? Of course I counted, Ace. How do you remember? Because I count steps. Like, literally, it takes 16 steps to go upstairs to my bedroom and 14 steps to go down to the basement. Why do you guys not count your steps? Count your steps, people. Anyways, let's try to get this back going. The music is kind of loud. Hold on, let me turn down the music a bit, because I am talking passionately. When I talk about roller coasters, everyone, I talk with passion. I love the roller coasters, and roller coasters most of the time loves me, but in this case, it did not love me. And you will soon see. You should try Fortnite. I have never played Fortnite. Ruth, that is not true. What is not true? What do you mean? No, wait, Finkelfin, I don't think you counted the steps correctly. It is 16 steps upstairs and then 14 steps down to the basement. That is what it is. I've been counting for at least 10 years in this house. 10 years, my brother. Go count the steps. And yes, I do count the landing as a step, because you step up to it. Anyways, let's move on from this ranting about steps, shall we? So, let me get that back there. Come on. Uh-oh. The chat's gone. Uh-oh. Guys, I lost you. Uh-oh. Okay, let me get to my PC. The chat disappeared. Not good. Oh. Huh. My entire PC's frozen. Oh dear. Let's see. Can I still interact in Rec Room? Okay, this is awkward. I'm still in Rec Room and everything's fine, but my screens are literally just frozen. Let me pull up my phone. Let's see if you guys can still chat and if you guys can still see things. Because everything is frozen here from my end. Except Rec Room is perfectly fine. Okay, this is very strange. Oh. Come on. What in the world? Steam just changed before my eyes. Inside. Whoa. Is there software update changing as we speak? What is going on? Okay, okay. Hold on. Let me pull up my phone. Oops, wrong button. Let's see if I can see y'all chatting. Or I'm just talking to myself and this is very awkward. This could be a very awkward moment. Okay, if you guys can hear me, say blue in the chat, please. Okay. Okay, there we go. Blue, blue, blue. Okay, great, great, great. Okay, yeah, this is very strange. Okay, so I need to shift over here so you guys can see. Okay. Ooh, thank you for that. There we go. Okay. Oh. Oh, shoot. So the screen is frozen. You guys can't see it, but I guess you can hear me. Oh, snap. Okay. Well, desktop views updating. What in the world? I am so confused, everyone. Okay. I think this calls that I need to restart the stream. But the problem is I can't end the stream if my PC won't work. Like, it is frozen. Like, my mouse won't move. Ugh. Alright. Guys, it looks like I'm going to just have to straight up turn off my PC or something. This just ain't ideal. Yeah. Alright. Well, with that, I'm going to turn off my PC and the stream will just turn itself off and I'll see you guys in about 5 minutes, okay? Sorry about this inconvenience. I did not set it for it to be like this. I did not plan this. Like, at all. The surprises. Man, this makes a 24-hour stream, like, not very... What is it? Like, practical. My goodness. Like, come on.